It is time for us to start a new reading vlog, and the most important thing that we need to take care of this week is I need to introduce you to my cat, Violet. Hold on. She is so sweet. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This is Violet. She is a huge cuddle bug. I love her so much. I'm obsessed with her. She's amazing. So you'll be seeing a lot more of Violet in my videos. For my reading plans this week, I do want to mention that my vlogs are always spoiler free unless otherwise noted. Last week I did do a spoiler filled vlog of The Will of the Many, and if you're interested in watching that, I'll leave it linked below. But last week the sequel for The Will of the Many came out, and it is very unlike me to read series books back to back, especially books that are this large, but I did pick up The Strength of the Few. So this week is going to be more about talking about books and discussions, because I'm not going to give any details about what happened in The Will of the Many, and the only thing I'm going to share with The Strength of the Few is my experience of it. I have seen people griping about the cover to The Strength of the Few. Now, the actual cover has the new artwork that the other editions had. So The Strength of the Few looks like that, but it is reversible. So if you are worried about your copies not matching, when you get your copy, just turn it inside out and it will match. Thank you so much. I know nobody from Saga Press is watching this, but thank you to Saga Press for making these editions match as well as they could. I appreciate that. So I am already, I don't know, like 25. I've been listening to this on audio as well. I grabbed it on Audible, and I think I'm somewhere between 25 and 30% of this so far. And it is a direct continuation of the first one. So I'm really excited to be reading these back to back, because it really is just continuing from one story to another. When I finish this one, I'm going to have a really hard time waiting for the third one, since I did just get to jump straight into this one. And if it ends any way like The Will of the Many ended, it will be a long wait for me. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to see some more of Violet this week and talk books, and I will update you when I get further into The Strength of the Few. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are celebrating this week. We had a pretty long day today. Let's see, last night we stayed up late watching the first 3 episodes of Stranger Things. Absolutely no spoilers. It was amazing. I think the break between the last season and this season was so long that I had this vision of what I thought the season would be like, and I was completely wrong. And we got up early today because we were planning to do the turkey trot, but one of my kids wasn't feeling well, and so we just decided to stay home and get ready for Thanksgiving dinner today. And we were able to do that at my sister-in-law's house. Things look different for us this year than they have in the past for Thanksgiving, but we had a really nice Thanksgiving, and Violet has shown up if you can't see her. Let's see if I can. I'm going to put this microphone down and pick up Violet. You might be able to hear her. She still has a bit of a cold, and so I'm going to need to get her some more antibiotics. She's on a steroid, but she is still sneezing and stuff a bit. So I need to get that taken care of as soon as the holiday is over. Let's talk about the strength of the few. I am 240 pages into this now, and I am really enjoying this. I'm going to have to think for a minute what I can say that is not a spoiler for the series at all. I was afraid in the sequel that there might be even more to keep track of in this world and in this story, but I'm not having any issues with this at all. I'm really enjoying it. I have seen a lot of thumbnails in people's reviews where folks seem to be disappointed with this book. I know that there are a couple of people who enjoyed it. I know that Gav enjoyed it, and I think that Tori Moreau enjoyed it as well. I'm loving it. I think this world is incredible, and I think there's some, there were a couple of places where I got emotional in the first book. And this one, I feel like it is bringing out emotions in me that aren't particularly in an emotional scene. Like, I'm enjoying what is being built in the relationship and the things that are happening. I'm just really enjoying this. And I feel like maybe there's not as many completely shocking things like there was in the first book, but I'm still just loving being in this world, learning more, having things happen that are still unexpected, even if they're not just powerful, sudden, big moments. I think sometimes the nuance and the little moments that just surprise you are just as powerful. Anyway, I'm having a good time reading that. It has been a bit of a rough day being a holiday and just a part of the year that we have had this year. I think I'm going to go make me a glass of tea and just read. That sounds really nice. And I'm so glad that you're here.
Snowflakes falling from the sky tonight. Lights are twinkling oh so bright. In the air a chill that feels just right. Holding you in the soft moonlight. Beneath the mistletoe we're standing close. Whispers sweet but nobody knows. Hearts are racing like the winter wind. Love that's sparkling from within. Christmas love is all I need. Surrounded by this festive dream. You and I just like a scene from a holiday movie so pristine. Christmas love is all I need. Surrounded by this festive dream. You and I just like a scene from a holiday movie so pristine. Gingerbread and candy cane so sweet. Carolers singing down the street. Your hand in mine, our hearts in sync. Together now we take that leap. Every ornament on the tree reflects the love between you and me. Ribbons wrapped in harmony, a perfect gift for us to see. Christmas love is all I need. Surrounded by this festive dream. You and I just like a scene from a holiday movie so pristine. Christmas love is all I need. Surrounded by this festive dream. You and I just like a scene from a holiday movie so pristine. Christmas love is all I need. Surrounded by this festive dream. You and I just like a scene
I am on page 415 now, and I am still absolutely loving this. I feel like I am more emotionally invested in The Strength of the Few than I even was The Will of the Many, and I'm just having a really good time. I'm loving this series. I'm loving this world. I'm really enjoying this story and just having a good time. I really just wanted to pop in and give you a quick update before I settle in for the night, and I just can't wait to see where this goes. I stayed up later than I had intended reading The Strength of the Few. I finished part 2 and I couldn't put it down. So I am now 600 pages into The Strength of the Few. I'm still absolutely loving it. I am loving the nuance in this story. There's really not much else I can say because I don't want to spoil anything. I just really love the way that this book is being crafted, and that is all that I have for tonight. I'm actually getting home super late and I need to get some stuff done and get ready for bed so I can try to read some of The Strength of the Few. I have no choice but to get up early tomorrow because I have an employee breakfast that I have to leave the house early for. So I will not be reading in the morning. So I'm going to see what I can get read tonight, and I will check in hopefully when I am finished with The Strength of the Few. I'm not even going to bother telling you what day it is because it has been a hot minute since the last time I updated you. I did finish reading The Strength of the Few though, and let's chat about it. Absolutely no spoilers, just talking about how I wound up enjoying this book. So I have been watching some of the reviews because I was so curious as to why people were giving less than stellar ratings for this. And it does sound like people wanted more of the same. And this world got a whole lot bigger in this story, and we do have more point of views in this story, which I thought was handled extremely well by James Islington. I didn't have any trouble at all following the settings, following the point of view, knowing where I was, who I was with. I felt like I had more to care about. I felt like there was more nuances in the connections between the characters and the different settings, which I really enjoyed. There were some threads that were woven between the point of views that I thought was absolutely incredible, and that was some of my favorite parts of this book. So I think maybe people's reactions to this might hinge on what they were hoping to get in this story, and I feel like everything that I wanted was fulfilled, and I'm also left with being excited about what is going to happen in the next one. But I love when I can tell that something is very well crafted, well thought out, well cared for, and I feel like this series is in good hands. I'm honestly excited to see what will come next because you really can't tell from book to book where it is going to go. At one point in this book, I was kind of waffling as to whether it was a 5-star or a 4-star. I don't really give half stars very often because if I land on a half star, I always round it up on Goodreads anyway. So I try to make a pretty definite decision on what star I'm giving something. And there was I don't know if maybe it was just a slower section that I felt like this had become a 4-star, but then I got some emotional punches, and I had some theories when I was reading The Will of the Many that partially came to pass, and I just really enjoyed the ending and what happened in this book that has me really excited about the third book. So I know when the third book is released, I am going to be wanting to start at day 1. So I'm going to land on a 5-star for this one. And I would love to know if you have read The Will of the Many or The Strength of the Few. Let me know what you thought about them or if you plan to read them. I am so glad that you are here. While you are down there, please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you soon.